Can you imagine Destiny's blood pressure when Trump defiantly stands up and shakes his fist and says, fight, fight, fight? Can you imagine? But I ain't a toddler throwing a tantrum. That's what Destiny was. Because the 1 3-week period in his life where he got a bunch of losses, Chevron gets overruled. Fisher gets overruled. The immunity case comes up of Trump. Doesn't go the way that Destiny likes. Then Biden goes on the debate stage. Remember that? Remember Biden's video? One of the best videos in the history of X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. So Donald Trump says he wants to debate me. After I beat him in 2 debates last year. You know what I say to that? Make my day, pal. You free on Wednesdays? Remember that video? Well, he made your day, didn't he, Biden? The worst fucking debate beatdown in the history of presidential politics. You had to drop out of the race, you fucking loser. Because you got crushed so bad. Ooh, Destiny didn't take that well, did he? Ooh, no. Then there's basically a civil war because he's still going to defend Biden, wants Biden to stay in. So all of a sudden, all the press, in an attempt to save their ass, because really they don't give a shit about the truth. They just want to cover up for the fact that they've covered for Joe Biden for 4 years. So now all of a sudden they're like, oh, this dude's got cognitive decline. They're not announcing it because all of a sudden they're actually interested in telling the truth. They're announcing it because they're like, well, shit, we need to beat Trump. We're not real journalists. We're just propagandists. And we think Biden's an impediment to us beating Trump, so we're going to force him out. So it was a bad week for Destiny and the Democrats. A bad couple of weeks. And so how did he handle it? Like a fucking child. That's how he handled it. The last thing that happens is the assassination attempt on Trump. And oh boy, can you imagine Destiny's blood pressure when Trump defiantly stands up and shakes his fist and says, fight, fight, fight? Can you imagine the tantrum that Destiny and people like him threw? Now Destiny, and look, one thing I don't do, I don't spend a lot of time talking about people's personal lives, but I'll just say this without delving into it. Maybe I know Destiny's publicly said he's going through a divorce. I don't give a shit what you think of his relationship. That shit's probably stressful. And maybe there's other things going on in his life. I don't know. You add all that together, you're having a bad day, you're taking some political losses, and you act out. And you start being an edgelord. Oh, this guy had it coming. And someone says, oh, you can't say that. So what's he going to do? He's going to double down. If my parents were there, I would say they deserve it. And he just keeps spiraling and doubling down and doubling down and doubling down. Then he goes on Piers Morgan because he's acting like a child. He doesn't know how to regulate his emotions. He doesn't know how to act with a little grace when he got some temporary losses. Temporary losses is all it was. And it was enough to make him freak out. Imagine if he was like us. Imagine if he was like someone advocating for Christian policies. Shit, we never see that, do we? Imagine the meltdowns that he would be having on a daily basis. All of these, imagine everything, all the institutions, the media's on your side, and the FBI, every executive agency, FBI, State Department, CIA, NSA, they're all on your side, and corporate America, and the algorithms of all the places like YouTube and Google and shit, they're on your side, right? And academia's on your side, and all of the entertainers, Hollywood and shit, they're on your side, and you throw a fucking tantrum when you get one temporary loss. That's what was going on. That's what Destiny was doing. That's what was going on. That was the tough guy that was screaming at people on Twitter Spaces till I came on. When I came on there, go ahead and go back and watch that Twitter Spaces he did. Go ahead, go watch it. Blah, 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 blah. He's talking to a bunch of people that don't know how to debate and don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Rob Noerr on the line. Watch his demeanor change like that. Because he knows that shit ain't going to work with someone like me and ain't going to work with someone like Andrew. You could raise your voice and talk rapidly. I could raise my voice and talk faster than you. I don't give a shit. It's not impressive to me. I know what I'm talking about. Where can you watch it? Destiny has it up on his channel. Or at least he did. So Destiny, where was that tough guy? Where was the guy? All of a sudden he's like, I think that January 6th was an insurrection. I think there's 4 criteria for an insurrection, and it's 1, 2, 3. No, man, where's that guy that was just bragging about people getting shot? Where'd he go? That was the whole point, right? That was Destiny's big arc. I'm not fucking around with these conservatives anymore. I'm going to tell them how it is. I'm going to go on Piers Morgan and his audience. Yeah. Okay, now's your chance. There's Andrew, big boy. That was the whole debate. That's what we were talking about, January 6th being an insurrection. Right? I didn't see. Now, towards the end, towards callers, he got a little more animated. Now, I don't mind. I'll admit, sometimes I debate calm. Sometimes I try to reciprocate energy. But where was it? And now the narrative's going to change to, well, he was just joking around. And maybe he was. Yeah, and I think Destiny respects me, and I do respect. Now, I know I'm talking a lot of shit on Destiny, and I mean everything I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. I do. But I still like debating him. I still like interacting. He hasn't done anything to me personally that's begrudging. I'm just calling balls and strikes. I fucking debated Andrew. I'll go hard at Andrew, too. That's just the way it is. Now, Andrew I consider a friend. I don't consider Destiny a friend, per se. But he hasn't done anything to me personally egregious. Is he calling for my death, though? If I go to a Trump rally and get shot, did I deserve it?